What's the impact of this on your tenants and people that are doing business in that community?
It's awful because we feel our tenants are our partners.
So who are your tenants? Is it restaurants? Is it grocery stores?
All of the above. Churches that are making an impact, not the sidewalk preacher that's holding up a sign, walking down the street. There are those too. And there are organizations in the park that gather on a street corner and put out chairs. But I'm talking a concerted effort by churches to lease brick and mortar spaces, to quell the violence, to bring some stability to the area, to keep families together, parents together who are raising kids. Those are my tenants. Langer's Delicatessen, probably the most famous delicatessen in the country, is my tenant. And we both struggle. He has to close early at 4 o'clock. He can't stay open past 4 o'clock. And the minute he closes, the sidewalk is full of vendors. And at 6 a.m. the next day, he and our team are cleaning the sidewalks of filth, of grease, because during the night, we see rats going back and forth. My adjacent property owner has an historic theater building. It's been empty. He's tried hard with local and national brokerage firms himself to try to lease it. He has trouble even getting in to show it because the gangs and the vendors will not let him access his door. And he's very honest. He said, we've got a problem with rats. The alleyways are full of them. But yet, in our restaurant at Langer's, Mr. Langer is spending thousands each month for daily service so that doesn't happen. And it's an added cost of doing business, which nobody can sustain.
So every day you guys have to clean up that street and you're paying for that yourselves?
He's paying and I'm paying. And it's a team effort. And the tagging that goes on, we call it tagging. It's really vandalism. And that's constant.
Is it the graffiti they come with?
And each gang has their own symbols and their own way of communicating on a wall and their own colors. And if it's not removed, then the next gang will come to say, hey, this isn't your territory, it's mine too. And there's that war that's going on. You can see the war going on every building in the MacArthur Park, Westlake area. The walls are full of graffiti. And the owners can't get to it in time. I do. Sometimes I'm out there myself, which is not wise, or I have a team that comes out and does it. But we don't want that on our building because
you paint over them.
We have to paint over, and it brings terror at night.
How often do you have to paint it?
Every other day.
So if every other day a new gang comes and puts a sign there?
The Home Depot and the Dunn Edwards and the hardware stores love property management firms and property owners right now in LA because paint is their big seller. And it's interesting because in each of those stores, they're all locked up. So Alvarado Hardware, it's all locked up, all the paint, for obvious reasons. The wrong people are buying the paint.
The gang members are buying them and actually painting?
Yes. And some of the messages are everyone can see and everyone knows what they mean, and they're blatant. They're blatant four-letter words, demonizing the police, public safety. They're trying to instill fear, and we've got to deal with it. The city has to deal with it. It's just getting worse. The drug issue is getting worse. There are solutions.
Now, does that happen to your church, the church that is renting from you guys too?
Yes. They have a particular color, a blue color. And I warned them. I said, if you call the city, they have a standard paint that they use. They said, no, we want blue. And every day, every morning, they're out there painting the wall. It's the cleanest wall in the area.
Every day they have to paint it?
Every day. It's so bad that the iron gates that we use for trash, opening and closing and emptying trash behind the building, it's so nasty with urine and human waste. We have to change the iron gates once a year. Wow. Because they rot off. They rot. And that's just a very good example. It's shocking to see what's left there.
What about other property owners? Are you talking to them? What's the experience for them?
Yes, we've banded together. We talk to each other quite a bit. Some of the property owners have major projects they would like to do that are on hold that would improve the area, more housing. It's lucrative there if the market is there and there's no crime. But if it's crime or there's a sense of crime, we're not going to see the construction that we need to house the people that need housing. So a lot of it is on hold right now.